Lindsey will be back in prison in a month.
I told you. I told you that this guy was a thug. I told you that this guy was not one to be messed with. It's time for love after lockup, baby. Lindsey and Scott. I don't think we're going to see much more of this couple, and that's a great thing.
I fell in love with Lindsey while she was in prison. I did not think
that sentence alone is just weird. I'm sorry.
That she was necessarily a hardened convict or criminal.
You should have known when you went to the airport and she was not on that plane that was supposed to be coming to wherever you were, waiting for her. She was not there because she'd been doing some wild stuff in prison, and so they had to keep her in for some longer time. So the whole limo and everything, the tactics that you had ready for her, she wasn't able to enjoy it, and she let you know that she was not happy with that and all the rest of it. That's when you should have known that you were dealing with a convict.
Asked her to leave, and Lindsey's response to me was, you want a treat? But not worried about it. Traditionally, people come out of prison just go back to the same thing that put them there in the first
place. So what he did is he just waited it out. He just waited this whole thing out. He was like, okay, told her to get out. She said, screw you. And he was like, okay, I'm just going to sit in this house. What he really should have done is just be like, yeah, terminate my lease, just pack up all his stuff, because he moved states to be closer to Miley Grace, which is Lindsey's daughter. So he moved states for Lindsey. Pack up all your stuff. At a certain point, this house is going to have to be leased to somebody else, so she wouldn't have anywhere to go, so she'd have to go back to her mom by fire, by force, and it would be done.
Lindsey will be back in prison in a month.
I told you that this guy was a thug. I told you that this guy was not one to be messed with. I told you that this guy had something up his sleeve. I told you that he wasn't really as unbothered as we thought he was. Or, that he's just not such a wuss as we thought he was. He's like, I'm gonna thug it out in this house with this woman who wants to bite my head off. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it that way. And she'll go away eventually. And she did. Because she's in prison.
A U.S. Marshal for a probation violation. I was test driving a car when the county police pulled up and they searched the vehicle. They found drugs in the front of the vehicle. I'm working on your room though. It was
so they found stuff in her vehicle that she was test driving. Don't know whose car it was. It wasn't her car. I thought she was confined to the space of her, of Scott's house, rented. But yeah, Scott's house. But yeah, no. She was test driving somewhere. I don't know, just getting into trouble, as always. Anyway, now they're showing us a flashback of when she was, meeting her daughter in the times of Koro. So they were meeting behind a glass.
I love you, pumpkin.
And her daughter seems so cute. Like, so cute.
Hi, Grace. I'm just extremely sorry that we're having to go through this again. All we can do is try to grow from this. And
she wants to try and grow from this. She's extremely sorry to her daughter. How many times can you break your daughter's heart like this? How many times?
We got to fix the first time, and we'll get through the second time. You have 1 minute left. Scott, I just want you to know that you are really the biggest.
She used her last minute. I don't know who called her, probably the producers or whatever. Her last minute she used to just tell Scott the worst things.
Perfect. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't regret ever seeing you for the first time. You're just a really, really sick person. In all honesty, I can't imagine what I ever saw in you, but if you're curious why you're 52 and you're still single, this is why.
If you're curious why you're 52 and still single, this is why. Okay, but you're single too now, and you're back in prison, so what's the difference? And you don't seem to be able to let go of that lifestyle.
Like I said, Lindsey's a convict. She's a criminal. I gave her the opportunity not to be one and change her life. And for whatever reason, she doesn't want to do it. And, you know what? If she don't do it for her daughter, she ain't doing it for anybody.
And that's facts. She will not do it for anybody. She won't, because that's the lifestyle that she wants to have. She doesn't really care. You could tell that she didn't really care. And not that she's purposefully trying not to care about her daughter, because we can see that there's love there for her daughter, but she's still number one. That's why she doesn't change certain attitudes.
You want me to get in the tub?
Yes.
I am very relieved and happy to be walking away from this relationship at this point. But, you know, there were some positives to it.
There were some positives to it, which is being able to tantantana with a young thing. That was the only positive to this. So yeah, Scott got to, you know, get his little feisty little thing. He's got his prostitutes that he was dealing with, that, you know, she saw the messages off on his phone. So he might be able to go back to them. I don't know. Either way, Scott's gonna do him. Scott's gonna be fine, I guess.
Been fun. Challenging. And time of fun.
This is how some dudes think, y'all. I mean, she's not the one to be chased after or whatever, because she's kind of dangerous. But yeah, you always be tippy-toeing around her. But yeah, he's also like, yo, it was fun. I enjoyed the ride. Got a little hot thing. Got to do what I wanted with her. And now I can move on to the next thing, the next girl, the next lifestyle, the next place to live, whatever. He's not bothered. Speaking of which, he should really get out of there, because she will get out of prison at some point. She's still young. She'll still get out of prison at some point, and you do not want to be still living there. Get the heck out of there. Just like go. Just go. Go back to your state, and don't ever move for a woman to another state again, especially not somebody you've never met before, because that's wild.
I will never speak to the level of speaking to you again. Ever speak to you again.
Well, she will never speak to him again. That's great. So now this big old house that they keep showing us, yeah? That's the end of it. That's the end of Scott and Lindsey. Thank the Lord. Wow. Yeah. I have nothing much to say about these people. What we all wanted has happened. Wish Lindsey didn't have to go to jail and leave this kid behind. Her mom, the grandma, is now technically having to do this whole mom thing all over again. The whole thing is a shame, but yeah, that's what you get. That is what you get when you don't want to let go of the ratcharoo and the thuggaroo and that lifestyle. She could have had a good life. I mean, this is a big house. I'll keep saying that. This is a big house. It wasn't up to her standards, but then again, I don't think she should have had those high standards, because she came out of prison with nothing and continued to have nothing. Had no intentions of doing anything. So yeah, their relationship was weird. Anyway, so I don't think we're going to see these people again, you guys. So in honor of Lindsey, in any case, if you're not already part of the family, make sure you hit bump stomp as on to that subscribe button. Comment because I really want to know what you think. Like because you obviously like this video, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Daily videos up in here. In the meantime, make time for glorious life. It's time to start what? Living it right. God bless. I'm done dealing with Scott. He's just a vile 51-year-old guy. That's why he can't get any girls. That's why I have to talk to hookers all the time. And I'm a tenant and I got rights. And I'm not going anywhere. Why should I give up the house? My Grace is going to move in. Tarabelle is going to move in. And it's going to have a thing to say about it. So, yeah. It's kind of a look though, I'm not even gonna lie. With the banya. 2 options to stun on. Ooh, ooh. Okay, bye.